You guys are great guys, man. We look forward to seeing a great season and keep it moving. But let's get back into this show. The Wizards, man, they're doing good. John Wall, he's following up his 47-point mega game with some very consistent play. Is he knocking on that door of superstardom?
Yeah, I think it's too early yet to say that, but I think that if he stays on this path, he is. And
if the Wizards' record was any better, he would be probably the second or third MVP candidate, in my opinion. You want to look at his last 10 games? 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5.4 assists. Let's switch that around. 5 assists, 8 rebounds. I mean, he can't rebound like that just yet. But yeah, he's playing at an awesome level right now. He's really turned it up for this team. Defensively, he's doing well, stealing the ball as always. Superstar, not yet. Next year, though, he keeps this up, guarantee. I will make argument top 20 in the NBA. You heard it here first.
CD, talk some sense to this man. He told he an MVP. I don't believe this.
MVP. You're trying to compare an up-and-coming star to the greats that are playing this game.
Come back from his injury, but he has a slow start and then gets going towards the end of the season. And if he wants to be put up there with the superstars, he needs to come out for the first game and play that way to the end of the season. And I don't know if he's done that yet. I think he still has a couple more years before we can start putting him in the contention. It's definitely a contention for MVP. I think that is a little much for you to say
let's take apart the title, MVP, most valuable player. Where would the Wizards be? Let's look earlier this season. No Wall there. What were the Wizards?
What was the Wizards without Jordan Crawford is the question.
Jordan Crawford, are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, give me a
Because John
break.
Wall was icing his butt.
But what you said was about MVP was that he was, you said third? In the who's in front of him?
Oh, of course, LeBron.
Okay.
And Kobe.
And
so then
Carmelo,
you're saying
forget.
he's better than any other players right now in the NBA. He's a better MVP.
If you want to take the real title of MVP, most valuable, we're not talking best, valuable to the team, yes.
So Carmelo Anthony puts up this many points in games, but he is not as good as John Wall.
Hey, the title. I mean, you want to see, you take Melo off the Knicks, I think they will still be playoff team, still hanging around in there. You take Wall off the Wizards, they are worse than the Bobcats. Worse.
You need to be tested.
Maybe I do.
Melo, the Knicks haven't had a 10-game win streak since 1994, and Carmelo just got there, and that's why they winning, because of Carmelo.
I think that yes, John Wall's maybe on the way, but you are making some statements that might be a little too much this early.
Ludicrous.
That's all.
Whatever.
Hey, let's move on. The Heat, their recent 27-game win streak, no longer. Are the Knicks the biggest threat to beat them in the playoffs? ZD, I'm going to let you handle this. You my man, Lex, bro.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, the Knicks being the next biggest team, with how Carmelo's playing, I can definitely see it. Dropping bombs, making everything rain. Those threes, beautiful. But the talent that the Heat has is vastly superior to the Knicks. Like how you stated before, is that since 1994, you said they haven't went on a 10-game win streak. The Heat, they have these. It's no matter who doesn't step up or show up to a game, they have people to replace them. Whereas the Knicks, I feel as though if Carmelo doesn't show up, it's not going to be a game.
I also think that the Heat they have the advantage in a 7-game series over the Knicks. I think that the Knicks are a good team and definitely a threat, but I just feel that the level that the Heat play at are far more superior right now in any 7-game series with any team in the NBA right now. I also believe about the streak that this streak almost is pushing them to now prove that they have to win this championship, and I don't think that any team is going to get in the way.
There's one team that I would like to see. They played twice this year, and both of them decided for one reason or another to take their top players out, and that's the Spurs. In a 7-game series, I want to see a fully healthy Heat team go against Timmy D and the boys in San Antonio and see what kind of mess they can make. I really think if San Antonio, fully healthy, can actually beat Miami. They have an advantage in point guard play down low. I know LeBron is a force, and he can be that. But I want to see what Miami can do against the big fundamental. Can they shut him down with Ginobili, with Parker, with the rest of those guys stepping up? I mean, you were talking about San Antonio, one of the deepest teams in the NBA. Miami does not have that kind of depth. Outside of the big three, you need someone to step up and give them 20. May not happen. San Antonio, you got Tiago Splitter that can maybe do it. A couple of other guys. You got George Hill, who's not George Hill, but Danny Green, who's shown that he can step up too. So I want to see in a 7-game series what can happen between these two.
You guys need to stop it, all of you. I don't know why. To me, it baffles me. The Knicks blew them out the first game they played. They blew them out again the second game they played. They let them win the third game. The Knicks was annihilating them the whole time. You know, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, Chris Broussard, all of you, even you guys disappoint me, man. Why do y'all ignore the fact that the Knicks have handed the Heat their lunch every time they played?
I'll give it to you.
But
Go
the
ahead.
Heat is a great team, so I'm sorry, Melo, you're my boy, but y'all going to have to really kick it in overtime. But y'all can do it, baby.
It's not the playoffs yet. Miami has little to nothing to play for right now. They are the number 1 seed, clearly.
Yeah.
If you're the number 1 seed, you have nothing to play for. You have no reason to go out there, put up 100%.
Well, don't you
Don't
think-
you like the big dogs? Don't you want them to just dominate and work their way right through, right? Isn't that they have something to play for, right?
Hey, this is the NBA now. We're not talking about college. We're talking about NBA.
Hey, well, don't you think LeBron is tired of Melo kicking his asinine every time they play?
Again, he'll address that when we get to the playoffs. Watch the switch. Watch
But
it.
do you not think that the Heat are going to step up during playoff basketball time? Playoff basketball is some of the most incredible athleticism that ever comes forth in any sport. That is when teams, especially when you take the big three from the Heat, you put them in playoff mode, they are just going to go beast. They are going to slam, they are going to drive, and no one else can take it to the paint like those three. And I still think that when it comes to playoff basketball, it's going to come down to who are your guys, and I just think the Heat, they just have too many people, too many weapons that can take it in and get those nice inside the paint field goals.
Hey, great debate, guys, but yet again, you guys cease to impress me. But hey, it's time to take a look into what it's like to be a Laxer.